How to create momentum. This is so important. In my opinion, one of the most important things in being happy and also successful. So I'm going to say really quickly hello to my inner circle members and also my super chatters, and I'll get right back to you. So hi, Bill Shoemaker. Hey, Matthew, my son. Hi, Arthur. Hi, Mary. Lisa Marie, Sandy, Renee, Dee Dee. Appreciate you guys. Hi, Randy. Great to have you on here. Hi, Shauna. I always get to say Shauna and Kevin. That'd be Lisa Marie and Freddie. Yeah, it's so awesome, and how fast the time goes by. So here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today is how to create momentum. Now, one of the things that I ask each and every one of you to do is, if you went to like Google, and now we got a bunch of AIs like Chat GPI, go in and put how to create momentum in life, right? So, what's really unique is that what we're trying to do in creating momentum is a story that I've always heard of. I love sharing this story. And the story is all about this one thing. Man, James, thank you so much. You're such an incredible super chatter. Uh, that kind of money going to children is just amazing. James, thank you so much. I see Katie and Melody on here and Scott, Jody. Thank you guys so much, Kai. I'm like blown away, James. You just really touched my heart. So the one thing I want you guys to understand is there's this story that I was told about momentum that's amazing. And what it all of is every one of us has seen, if not happened to ourselves, well, all of a sudden the vehicle that you're driving in, the car, the truck you're driving is, and all of a sudden it stops moving. And hopefully that's not at an intersection. Some people run out of gas, but what ends up happening is your car is sitting there and it's not running, so it can't move. And there's two kinds of mentality. You guys will see this in everyone. The first mentality is usually even me, everyone goes, for the love of God. Maybe you use different words. And it's cussing and it's pounding on your steering wheel, it's pounding on your dash, it's constantly trying to start the vehicle. And you're just getting really upset and really frustrated. If you notice what happens when you're not in momentum and you're complaining, and with your mouth and your word, you're saying, I'm frustrated, I'm confused, I'm overwhelmed. Why does this always happen to me? It seems that my perception is that the rest of the world says, okay, if you're going to beat the crap out of yourself, let me help you. So while you're stuck in that car, all of a sudden a car pulls up behind you, starts laying on the horn. People pull around you and yell out the window, tell you that you're number one, right? And then you got people on the side of the street, they're laughing at you. And it's like, it's sad to say this, but a majority of the people on the planet, that's all they do. They keep complaining. They're always saying, negative stuff. And so the rest of the world, and they attract people that support that perception and belief of themselves, right? Then there's these other group of people, right? Where they go, well, I got to get this thing out of the street. I got to get it to, the gas station or whatever. And they put it in neutral and they get outside of their car and they put their hand on the steering wheel and the frame of their car while the door's open, put their feet on the ground, and they push with everything they have. Now, here's where people mess up. How long should you push? Here's the story. Until. So you see these people that go against all odds and they're pushing, and then all of a sudden it seems like magic happens. To me, what I tell people is like the universe or whatever you believe is going, oh my God, this person's not going to give up. They're going to proceed and go through this. And so all of a sudden a car pulls up. person throws it in park, puts his flashers on, runs out and starts helping you push. Then another person stops, comes out and starts pushing. Now, all the people that can see you that are standing around, they look like idiots. They look like idiots because they're not helping when other people are helping. And this causes momentum. And all of a sudden you go, oh my God, all right, I'll go help. And then all of a sudden you got 3, and then you got 5, and then you got 10. A lot of people in life and in business never get enough people to participate in helping them with their movement because they see the person not being serious. They see the person not focused on one thing until complete. They see a person doing many things. And on their social media, they're doing many things. And so they really never get momentum in their life because they're not serious and focused on making this one thing that their vision is to come to pass. And so that's where I see people mess up. So if you're going to learn anything and you wanted to get good at it, and people have heard me tell them this stuff, if I knew that I was going to an event where a lot of people, there was going to be, say, a talent contest, or maybe there was going to be like a game that people were playing, like, cornhole or something. I've been using that because I seen a video of an incredible, inspiring person, and they didn't have any hands and no legs. And so they're using what God gave them, and they were playing cornhole and they were winning. Just so inspirational. I sent it to my kids and my wife. So what ends up happening in life is just that the belief that, hey, I'm going to do it until I'm going to put a lot of condensed focus into one thing. Now, how does this apply to business or anything in life? It's people that say, listen, I want to learn a different language. And what they do is they don't do a lesson a week. They like cram like you would on a test so you wouldn't fail it. And it's like you just put everything into it as fast and quick as you can. And when you do that, it not sometimes happens. Listen closely. It always happens where you get a win. And that win leads to another win. And that leads to another win. I've used so many examples, like if you wanted to learn how to draw, if you wanted to learn how to sing, if you wanted to learn to play darts or pool, whatever you need to do, the step for me is I will find someone that has taught other people how to be good. And I know this sounds silly because a lot of people will look at cornhole or throwing horseshoes or bowling, but there's people that make a full-time income doing these things, all of these things, right? And so find someone that is a champion or made a lot of money in cornhole, and I'll find them and I'll go spend time with them and get them to teach me the basics of the stuff that they do up front so I don't develop bad habits. And then once I got the basics down, now all I need to do is spend a lot of time doing it. I just got to do it, and do it as much as I can, as fast as I can. Because when you do that, it compounds on itself. So all of a sudden you get this one point, then you get this one point that goes to an aha moment. And then you get to this other point where you get an aha moment. And then all of a sudden you get a win. And then you get another win. And then you start building this thing called consistency. Where now it's like every 10 bags, you're getting one in the hole, right? And then all of a sudden it's like one every 5 you're getting in the hole. So when you're hanging around professionals that are doing it all the time, it's like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 are now scoring, right? but people won't focus and sacrifice and do something long enough, consistent enough to get a momentum. So I'm sharing this with you guys because, here, I've been doing this for 36 years. And now I have another organization, Joshua Daramella, and he has really tried to do this for 3 years. Did you hear me? Tried to do it. And all of a sudden, there was something that clicked in him where he did this, like my mentor taught me. See, my mentor said to me, and I took the challenge. A lot of you don't realize that the challenge that he gave me was me to learn the skill. So when he said, Robert, I got to get you to get 70 people to watch this short video. Do you realize he didn't write a script for me? He didn't tell me where to find the people. He didn't tell me how to approach the people. He didn't tell me anything. He said, Robert, can you get excited? If you were making 62 grand a month, what would you do with it? He said, feel that excitement, what you would do for others, right? Now go out and connect with people. He didn't teach me how to connect with people. And so I don't know all the people that didn't respond to me. I don't know all the people that didn't get eye contact with me. I don't remember all the people that said, get away from me. I don't remember all the negatives because the goal was to get 70 people in 30 days to watch the video. So like if you're doing cornhole, the goal is to get a lot of them inside that hole to get points, to beat your competitors, to get good at it, right? So because I was willing to go all in, and because I was willing to do the numbers as fast and quick as I could, I learned what worked and what didn't. I learned that this worked better than this thing. And it was this combination of what they say with the light bulb, right? Is you figure out not 10,000 ways not to do it. You figure out 10,000 things that led to something else, that led to something else, that led to something else, that started getting you a win and another win and another win. So now what you do is you become consistent. And every one of you, if you got a payday on Thursday, and then you back that up with another Thursday with another payday, and then you back that up with another Thursday where you get a bigger payday, and now all of a sudden you got people in your group. So think of this. We can talk about Joshua Daramella. By the way, he hit 5K. I think he's at 57,000 in volume. Last month he did 18. So now he's a 5K with 5Ks underneath him, a 10K, 225Ks, and I think now 35 1Ks. So he's created momentum. And people in his group are getting paydays. And last month they got a big payday. Then they got weekly consistent paydays. And now next Thursday, they're going to have huge paydays. What do you think is going to happen to their momentum when he has like 10 people in his group? They'll make over $1 million naira, which would be like equal to about $2,000. When an average person in Nigeria makes $750 US a month. What would happen to you if your income tripled? You think you would be excited now? But see, people, what they do is they won't create momentum. So then they play with it and they do a little bit here and they do a little bit here. And some days they do stuff and then some days they don't. And when you play with this industry, if you play with anything in life, you won't get winning results. You'll just stay flatlined or it'll go backwards. And so you never really get into the energy and the excitement. So now when we talk about sports, right? It was really amazing because I heard that, the women's volleyball team, women's soccer team, football team, they were playing the Netherlands, right? And all of a sudden they came out and Netherlands scored a goal right away. and it sort of like feels defeated. It's like pushing hard and getting no results. And they said all of a sudden, one player got hit and people thought it should be a yellow card or a kick out. And now everyone's energy changes. It's like, oh, really? All right, we're going to bring it to you. And the same person that got hurt and knocked down was the one that scored the goal. And it shifted momentum. There's one thing that can happen if you consistently to do it wide open as much as you can, as fast as you can, for just enough time to get a win. Because when you get a win, it builds your confidence. And when you build your confidence, it gives you more belief and faith that then puts you into more action. And through more action, you get more results and more wins. So now all of a sudden, you got this like a tornado or a vortex, right? You go from consistency to getting a result to getting more belief that goes into more action that gives you more results. And it just starts, bam, the next thing you know, you went from making no money a month to 2,000 a month to 4,000 a month, because energy breeds energy. And so creating momentum in any part of your life is easy, but you got to be willing to say, listen, I'm just going to go all in on this one thing that I'm going to do for just a moment of time to get a win. And then that win builds confidence. Well, what happens in the opposite? So we know that people who succeed have momentum, and then they get more momentum, and then they get more faith and more success. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this phrase, the rich just get richer. It's because they're creating momentum that they personally can't stop. Thank you so much, Scott. I really appreciate it. Wow, you guys are just so amazing. Love you guys so much. And did someone else? Oh my God, you guys are just, I love you. I love you. I love you. Again, the kids love you. So how many people know people that do this the opposite way? Huh? So they don't do anything, and then they feel guilty. So then they feel guilty, and then they beat themselves up. And when they beat themselves up, they don't feel good. And because they don't feel good or don't feel like it, isn't that crazy? They don't feel like it. Then they procrastinate and they put stuff off. And then the tendency goes from failing to not feeling good. And then you get a downward spiral. And then it goes from, it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it just keeps getting worse. And why do these things keep happening to me? Nothing happens. Now my relationships are messed up with my people that I love. And now I missed a payment and something happened. And now all of a sudden I got to pay penalties on that. Did you guys notice that? Why is it that the world takes advantage of people that are in this downward spiral? So now their credit rating drops, and because their credit rating drops, now they got to put more money up front to get things that people that don't have a bad credit rating, and it just keeps going worse and worse and worse and worse. So how do you turn this around? You turn this around by being aware that you need to get excited about building a skill, doing something. And in the profession that I'm in, it's getting excited and actually introducing people to something that can help other people get an extra payday. That's all it is. And so right now I was sharing with Joshua, so all of a sudden he goes to nothing to 1K, right? A couple of 1Ks underneath him. They do 18,000 of volume. And then all of a sudden they got 57,000 of volume. So now that he's created momentum, and how many of you, if you really honestly, Thursday next in August, you got a check that was 10 times more than you ever made in your life. This is where people really mess up. Aha! I did it. I did it. And now that they made the money, they stop momentum. They take a break. They go on vacation. And now all of a sudden in this industry and the entrepreneur is when you take like 60 days off. Now all of a sudden your team takes 60 days off. Okay, I see how you do this. So you go in, you hit a rank, you get a bigger rank, and then you stop doing stuff. So I just really thought that this is a great conversation I can have with all of you, is because Joshua and his team, Mosh and Joshua and the other leaders, this is where they need to step on the gas more. So when I got involved in any company that I've been with, it's I get that 5K or that 10K, that 25K, and then I take my results, share it with other people, and that drives my momentum from 25K to 100K. And then I take that momentum and I keep my foot on the gas, not expecting my people to do more, me going out and doing more of what I did to build that momentum. So now I got other groups that are growing, and that propels me to 250. Then I keep doing it. That propels me to 500. I keep doing that. That propels me to super affiliate. If I told people that as of what we speak right now, I have 146 producing legs, personally enrolled legs, 146, not two, not one, because I want to maintain momentum. Say you create it, then people start doing stuff, then you take your foot off the gas and you lose all your momentum, and then you got to start momentum over again. So why not create momentum, then advance momentum, right? So you guys will constantly see that it's like every 3 to 6 months, I got a new group. I got a new group that's going, and it totally has nothing to do with the rest of my groups. And then all of a sudden, everyone's going, well, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? The same thing that I taught you guys to do. But most people that watch this video live or recorded, you never will do what it takes to create momentum. You won't do it. But if you know in anything in life that you have right now, you were at one time focused at something. If you people have a really good relationship with people, you spend a lot of time and effort. That was number one. I always remember this when I would get in a relationship and then all of my friends would say, "Oh, now we're not important anymore. Now you're whipped," right? And I was like, yeah, I'd rather spend time with this person than you. So all of a sudden, the friends that are not married and the friends that don't have kids, there's more things important in life. And so now I'm focused on that. See, there's a lot of people that don't have great relationships, but they still are spending a bunch of time with other people complaining about their spouses. See, they always have their night out a couple of times a week or a couple of times a month, and then they all complain about where they are instead of sitting down and saying, hey, let's all talk about what we love most and what we appreciate most in our spouse, what we love and appreciate most about our kids. Now, we have a couple of drinks and get around a bunch of complainers, and then we try to figure out who can complain better than the other one. Isn't that weird? This is weird. So I have a tendency of hanging around people that make me feel better, like my inner circle members, like my super chatters. Thank you guys so much. And so do what you need to do to create momentum in your life. Really, really focus and sacrifice and put things aside to actually get results. I guarantee you it will be worth it. Because now what you did is you raised your standards. See, a lot of you that watch this video live or recorded, you have your standard of living. You have your standard of freedom. You have your standard of happiness and fulfillment. When you're going to raise the bar, when you're going to raise your standards of where you're going to uh, go on vacation to build memories for you and your family. Why not be the bar? Why not raise your standards? Because once you do it, now it's like, how many people come to me and go, listen, you should check out this company. You can make a lot of money. And I'm going, do you have people in your company right now that make over 2.6 million a year? No, we're brand new. Well, how can you know what I need if you've never been to where I've gone? That's like weird to me, right? So I think you guys got the point. Momentum, momentum, momentum's important. And again, sorry that it's this way, but 97% of people will never do anything in life to the focus and the consistency they need to, the discipline they need to get results that no one else has. So they just stay in the same place. So I believe in you. I love and appreciate you. And I know that you can go into momentum anytime you make the decision. God's not a discerner of persons. If I can do it and other people can do it, you can do it. So if no one's giving you permission to be happy and fulfilled, let me be that first person to do that for you. My mentors did that to me. And we'll see all of you on the next video. Take care. And again, so much appreciation and love goes out to James and Scott, and I believe it was Katie. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, I think so. So love you guys. I appreciate you. And tomorrow is Ask Me Anything. And we have a person that's going to introduce me tomorrow, Lisa Marie. So I'm really, really happy. So we'll see you there. Same bat time. Go to roberthollis.com/AMA and register for Ask Me Anything, where you can really, truly ask me anything that you want. Love you guys and appreciate you. Bye for now.